Hey, what's up, everybody? Good Sunday to you. Let's go. So I was sitting here chilling on a Sunday evening watching my son's pit bulls playing, and he has six, and he's the leader of the pack. it's it's interesting to say the least. And then we have two cats, and then there's a bunch of neighborhood cats that the wife feeds, and in our pits they only deal with what they sense is not supposed to be there. So it's a great I call them my crocodiles in the moat because this is my castle. I'm the king, so I have crocodiles for you if you want to intervene. Anyways, I was watching some commentating. Um, John, whatever the referee in MMA, McCarthy or whatever the big white dude, and then and the fighter. They have a commentator show on YouTube, and they were talking about they got into talking about Ben shoot, I don't watch this stuff enough to keep up with, but I'll put obviously I put all this in my title. Ben and this Logan kid or Paul kid or whatever, I can, these internet YouTube stars, boxers or whatever. The dude does got hands. He's actually fairly comfortable with his left, which was always a struggle for me, and it still is a struggle for me. But I learned to take my weakness and make it my strengths and my lure. If I had to fight that dude, I'd let him come in and I'd let him fall over himself. I would nicely move myself out of the way, and oops, my foot got stuck. I didn't mean to trip you. But when you're storming in, man, their push can easily become your pull. So the reality of it is Ben could just do some just movement and getting out of the way and getting his whole body out of the line and really make a fool of Mr. Paul or Jake or Logan. I'm sorry, guys. I work for a living. I enjoy and I catch all the big fights. I like old Ben. I can't pronounce his last name. I think he's a raw dude. He's a real athlete. And, I've done a lot of physical in my life. And I've lived when I wasn't supposed to live. I've walked when I wasn't supposed to walk. I have a child after I was told I'd never have a child again. And I look back now and I realize, yeah, I always had some athletic ability. I have pretty good physical capability. But the reality of it is my brain is a little gitchy. And, any real competitive athlete will tell you, and they know exactly what I'm talking about here. What makes an aggressive, effective, competitive, like gladiator athlete is they're a little off in the head, yo. And Ben is a little off in the head. And this commentator I was watching today, it's a reflection of this Paul kid or whatever, this YouTube star wannabe cape boxer. I mean, decent boxer, man. You got my props on that. I mean, no doubt. Just I think you need to commit to a sensei of some type, somebody that you honor and listen to what they say, and I think you need to fight some real fighters, man. And I listen. Best luck to you. I hope you don't suffer any loss. But what I'm getting at in my video here is Ben couldn't keep his hands to himself because of damn fly, man. That competitive, athletic person that you're dealing with there, with a lot of you think he's not that athletic. The dude just got over hip surgery. I've been through hip surgery a little better than a year ago, and I actually competed in a bodybuilding show in honor of my son that we lost. And the year before he passed, he actually competed in a bodybuilding show in my footsteps. So I know what a hip replacement is, and I know the exact procedure he got. And it's remarkable that he's fighting a challenge after that. And but as everybody can see, and what these commentators were talking about is the reality of that dude's face. When Ben put his hand in his face, I mean, Ben literally just pushed him and walked away, and he did that little body slap, and I mean, real like that was a very weak body slap. You know, for an underhook for the body like that, coming up and under and hooking up the elbow and connecting that bicep, it sounded weak. Definitely, he had wrist slap. He slapped. But it just wasn't that impressive, especially because that was his natural impulse in protecting himself. You know what I mean? He got angry. Oh, what the fuck? And you know that kind of. Excuse me, I didn't mean to cuss, but it did. But that's what you seen there. And then he shoved Ben, and Ben barely moved, and you could just see in this young man's face that he hadn't suffered no real ass fights, man, and he hadn't dealt with he's very competitive and interesting what the kid has done for himself, but he hasn't ever dealt with that joker like Ben. That's just like I say, you guys. He's not all the way there. I'm not saying he's, you know, slow or nothing. What I'm saying is what matters to normal people doesn't matter to him, and that's the doormat of a warrior. That's what he is, and he's walked on his entire life. His existence is he's willing to be a little sketchy in the mind, and you know, and push the body beyond. And well, if I die, I die. I mean, rejoice. And as the Vikings say, till Valhalla. So, excuse me, Pollen, Florida, North Florida, come see us. Anyways, it was just an interesting point, man. And the reality of it is, that's how you got to be with life, and you got to realize you got that fight in you, and you know, if God's giving you life, you got fight in you. And listen, we all don't have to be super warriors, we all don't have to be super successful in life, but I don't think it's much to ask ourselves to carry and take care of ourselves and do the best we can with what we've been given to give, and let the great and the mighty be a part of making things even out. But listen, my point is, sometimes a little get you in the head ain't such a bad thing, man. Sometimes if you really want something in life, you got to be aggressive enough to be willing to do some things that just don't make good sense, if you feel what I'm saying. Alright, well, this is where you can find me. I'll be here on YouTube. As you guys well know, I'm lightening up my Facebook. Got a lot of locals I'm around, and I sometimes don't feel like I can be myself, and I don't want to be uncomfortable for people I do business with, and I think that's fair common ground. If you hit my links and it brings you here, you're coming to hear me, and enjoy or not, and put the thumbs down, put the thumbs up, share, whatever you want to do. But when you come here, expect me. And if I'm naked, I'll keep the screen high enough, but I'm not naked, so you'll always get that honesty. My beard is a little crooked here because as you guys can see, I cut my son's the growth that's been growing for him for a year now. I got it in this Ziploc here, and there's some of the other hairs that I knew was growing with it. So let me see if I can separate them. But you guys can see that's my braided ponytail of a year. My son passing, and that Ziploc. And I didn't want to finish trimming until I got my beard straightener out. My beard straightener was dead, so it's charging. So you're always going to get real from me. And this is where I'll be. For all of you that know me, listen, I would love to have a stage that is strong enough that people that need to hear this can hear it. And sometimes you're going to get these relaxed moments and me just being myself. And then you'll hear topics, and as people say, I can be fairly bold. Hopefully I won't get censored. I try to respect all groups, and I feel that I have a good universe understanding. I'm a very spiritual person. I make people wonder. I might have a Thor hammer on my neck, and I might be using a scripture out of the Bible. And if you're strong enough and witty enough, and more than anything open enough, you'll understand those parts of me, and it'll help you be comfortable inside your spirituality and not worry about condemnation and things that humans could bring to thought. You guys, happy Sunday. Remember, aggression in great athletes is sometimes a genetic capable person with a slipped up mind, and God's placed some folks here for a reason.